Hi, I'm Diamond Lucas, and welcome to Book 101 Review. Book 101 is all about the books that I read for the last 40 years, and today I have my special guest. She is one of the contributor of the book Mastery Unleashed, no other than Miss Doctora Vasu Tolia.
Hi,
Well,
Daniel.
welcome to Book 101, Miss Vasu, and can you please introduce more about yourself?
Sure. Hi, thank you for inviting me on your podcast. I'm Dr. Vasu Tolia, a physician turned artist and now an author as well. My journey has been one of transformation from a structured career in medicine to embracing creativity as a tool for healing and self discovery. My chapter in this book, Mastery Unleashed, shares my personal evolution, highlighting how art and storytelling became a bridge to resilience and personal mastery. I'm very excited to talk to you about power of creativity, the storytelling elements within my writing and paintings, and how anyone can use creativity to navigate life's transitions.
Miss Doctora Vasu Tolia, thank you so much for sharing your talents to the world. So, what is the core message behind the Mastery Unleashed?
Um, my basic themes to emphasize are the power of reinvention and the change, the courage to embrace that change, uh, importance of creativity in finding purpose and healing, and how I have reinforced my scientific background with creative entrepreneurships because we are all works in progress, whether in art, medicine, or writing. The chapter I have contributed is about honoring that journey and finding strength in this change.
Interesting, Miss Vasu. So, how does storytelling play a role in unlocking personal potential?
You know, writing my story felt like painting with words. Each story is a brushstroke building the bigger picture of who I have become. And the storytelling, visual art, and writing are deeply entwined. Um, what I want to tell you is that from a structured life, how I have evolved into an artist and a writer. I used to write poems all the time, but having had the courage to share my story for the whole world to read has opened up an entire Pandora's box for me in the
Yes.
sense that, I'm revealing my life to the world, about how I have involved. And I'm hoping that there are messages of courage and reinventing yourself, starting a second career that would be inspiring for the readers and help them, overcome challenges in their lives.
Very well said, Doctora Vasu. Very well said. And what strategies did you explore in the story that you shared to the Mastery Unleashed?
Writing my chapter was an act of extreme courage. It's one thing to paint a story on canvas, but it's another to share it for the world to read. But writing light painting was a meditative and cathartic practice for me to get my thoughts on the paper, what had evolved from a structured career of medicine to free flowing art, uh, how it liberated me, and how I found a lot of comfort when I turned myself into art. It forced me to slow down and connect with what was inside me. The same with writing my story. Like my stream of consciousness was, you know, just focused on telling, what I wanted to tell, how my journey had been. And that kind of reflection was very immersive. So, this intersection of art, storytelling, and writing um, has been very evolving and challenging for me. But I have also found a lot of comfort and passion. I have developed a passion for art now. It's no longer a hobby. It's something I want to do to fulfill my missions of charity also by contributing a part of my proceeds to, some of the charities I'm connected with. And by telling my story, I just hope to inspire people who have had setbacks or challenges in their life that uh, you have to come out, ahead after dealing with the challenges with resilience, and you just come out a better person and a better human being at the end of it. And I think it helps you develop a lot of empathy towards the pain of others, that you can just help them deal with it. That is the purpose for me to share my story.
Definitely amazing, Dr. Vasu. Amazing. Speaking of charity, Book 101 Review had also a foundation which helping less fortunate children all over the world. So please spread the word. Book 101 Review helping less fortunate children through this foundation. So
Definitely.
thank you so much. So how does Miss Vasu mastery in this context go beyond just skill and acquisition?
So, Mastery Unleashed is a story of 15 contributors, and they all faced lots of challenges and setbacks in their life.
Yes,
And some of them were extremely severe. Um, Actually, all of them must have been severe enough for them to share their stories. And I think when you read these inspirational stories, uh, one sees some light at the end of a dark tunnel in case one is facing one. If one is having a easygoing normal life without any major problems, it still inspires them to do something more and better to help the community and the world around us. So overall, I think these stories are personal, and because they are very personal and authentic, I think people can relate to them. And by relating to these stories, they can learn lessons from them and emulate and adapt whatever can help them in their lives.
certainly. So, what is the important to understand and embrace one's unique journey toward mastery?
Like my personal journey, reflected in this is a story that I wrote. It's kind of immersive, reflective story about how I navigated challenges at different phases of my life, starting right from childhood and becoming how I became a doctor. And after becoming a doctor, what all I faced. Um, but still, I faced it all and emerged at the top, became a tenured professor of pediatrics. And while I was at the peak of my career, there were some changes in the administration, and I had to decide what to do next. And I decided to try other avenues, like private practice and all. But after a few years, I felt that I needed to do something different. And that's how I discovered my passion for art by experimenting with a few other things like music and singing. And even writing, I did a lot of writing during my academic career. I have more than 150 publications and book chapters and things like that. And I was teaching, mentoring, and all. So, from that kind of a structured, busy life to be nobody and learn to do whatever new trade or vocation I wanted to do from scratch, and how I came through it. That is my story in this book. And there are definitely high moments and low moments. And one of the high moments in that, besides my medical career achievements, is when during COVID time, I transformed from representational art into more abstract art. And I responded to a call from Washington Post about creating COVID art. And
Yes.
that was considered one of the top 20 in the nation. And the year after that, Center for Disease Control approached me and wanted to use that artwork on the cover of their journal of emerging infectious diseases. That was a huge moment for me to achieve an accolade of that caliber in my new art career.
Miss or Doctora Vasu Tolia. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And we encourage you to do more empowering art like that.
Yes.
So, would you be my guest on Abstract Essay because I'm featuring artists like you? Oh, what a magnificent paintings. Are those paintings, right?
Yes, they are.
Mag- Magnificent paintings of Dr. Vasutoya.
Yeah, thank you.
S- So, what role do personal stories play in the process of unleashing one's potential?
Um, I truly believe that we all have stories worth telling, and writing is one of the best tools for self discovery. Um, Although in creativity, it's a myth that everybody cannot be an artist, but you can be an artist, but you can be whether you become a artist in a traditional sense or a literary artist is up to you. Um, and I think doing some exercises to discover, what you're feeling and what you're doing. Um, if you would like to explore your own story, I have created a free downloadable guide called Writing for Self Discovery, which the viewers and readers can download at the link I will share with you. It's full of creative prompts and simple exercises to help you start your writing journey. And I think you will enjoy doing that. And you will read my story and get more inspired to do different things.
Certainly, Miss Dr. Vasutoya. So, how can hearing about the struggles and triumphs of others inspire personal growth?
By finding different avenues and remembering that when you shift from one focus to another, you don't have to leave everything behind. You don't have to think about starting from scratch, but you should take whatever is productive from that previous career and let it become a foundation to help you grow further and come out of wherever you are into becoming whatever appeals to you at the new stage in your life. And only by staying positive and having a creative attitude can you come out ahead. And I know it's more easily said than done. There are very dark times at times, but with family support and other resources like turning yourself into creativity, you can harness the creative potential within you and use it to become whatever you need to be or want to be. Sometimes you have to keep that career ongoing. And if you're not happy, then try and explore other things first slowly so that you can decide whether a change is really for you, or is it something that you should wait and see, or you're ready for a complete turnover. But sometimes some of these upheavals can be very taxing on the family too. So I think so one has to put the whole perspective in proper judgment and decide how they should transform their lives.
Slowly but surely, as they said. So, Miss Dr. Vasu, what will be your advice for those people out there who want to master their potential?
Um, find your niche, figure out what it is that appeals to you the most and makes you happy, and then just be persistent with it and keep on growing with it, because only by practicing we become perfect. And turning into art is not a journey towards perfection by any means, but it's a journey of doing something new and creating that makes you happy. That's most important. It's not like every storybook or book that you read makes you feel good. It's a very such a subjective feeling. Some people may love one book while another one may just hate it, or leave it halfway. So I think how you feel and perceive on your journey will help you determine which way you should go. And just be at it. If that's making you feel good, just keep working at it to get better and better.
Certainly. Practice make it perfect, as Miss Vasu telling. And so, what will be your short term and long term goals in writing as well in creating art?
My short term goals are to continue making art and write. And like I told you, I write more poems than books and stories. But poems are also a great outlet for me for creativity and telling stories in words. Um, for shows, I have some solo shows coming up, later this year. And I want to continue focusing on the neurology of art, like effects of art on brain. I'm researching a lot more into it to understand how arts can calm our minds by releasing the good neurotransmitters and suppressing the um, more um, irritating ones, and how it can help you focus more, it can help you communicate more. And it happens not just by reading and writing, but also by creating and observing. So I think those are some of the takes that I would like to leave with the viewers, and encourage them to explore this journey of self discovery in writing that I'm going to share with them.
Good luck to your goals, Miss Vasu, and hoping for more arts and, of course, your writing, empowering the people all over the world. So, how can individuals maintain motivation over the long term while pursuing their goals?
This again requires a positive mindset. Uh, First of all, you should set goals that are doable, and take small steps. Don't try to climb a mountain the first day, just get to the base. So it is slow and steady, like wins the race. So you have to build towards something. Nobody can climb top of Mount Everest, the first time they try it, unless they are a very seasoned person. But most of the times, these kind of small steps into creativity, writing, whatever form you want to do, or any other vocation that you should start with and keep doing it persistently, steadily, um, and just discipline yourself into working towards these goals that you're setting up for yourself. And I wish you all a lot of success with your creativity goals.
Certainly. So, Dr. Vasu, before we sum up our or wrap up our discussion for tonight or for today, I'm inviting you to please do listen to my other podcast, Abstract Essay, in each fifth season. This podcast is created to empower artists like Miss Vasu. So I'm inviting you to be part of this podcast, Miss Vasu, and let's talk about your magnificent paintings. So, what are some common pitfalls people encounter when working toward their full potential, and how can they avoid them?
I'm sorry, say that again.
What are some common pitfalls people encounter when working toward their full potential, and how can they avoid them?
And the pitfalls happen when maybe their goals are not set right, or they need to renew their commitment towards doing those goals. Um, like I said, perseverance, resilience in overcoming whatever was bothering you and setting new goals and keeping at it is the only way. So if you do have these kind of pitfalls, take a break. You know, maybe that step was not for you. Reassess the situation and then decide whether you should keep on moving in that direction or should you redirect your mind towards something else. Um, and it's such a personal situation that I'm sure the solution is different for everyone depending on what they are facing and what is setting them back. But basically, reassessment, persistence, and just steadfast progression with a zeal
Yes.
is the only way to do these things.
Yes, Dr. Vasu Tolia, thank you so much for sharing your art and books to the world.
Thank you
So,
for giving me this opportunity, Daniel.
yes, so can you please invite our listeners to support your arts and, of course, your book, Mastery Unleashed?
Yeah. Um, Thank you so much. Please visit my website at www.vasutolia.art, and you can reach me through there. Give me your insight. Give me your thoughts on my book. Connect with me on social media. I will provide Daniel with all the links and use my downloadable book to start creating and expressing yourself in words.
Yes, people, let's support Miss Dr. Vasu Tolia because if you support her, more arts to come, more empowering books to come. So, Miss Dr. Vasu Tolia, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on your show, Daniel.
More to come, people. See you soon.